there was about 30 people all around us. So I think I got my point across, but wasn't able to enter the spin room, wasn't able to talk to a lot of the media that was there, which is, interesting at a Republican National Convention sort of debate, an RNC committee debate where my father's leading by about 60 points. So, hey, that's the nature of the game. That shouldn't surprise us given sort of the censorship and other things that we've seen from Fox News, sort of the in-kind contribution they've given to the other Republican candidates. But, it just highlights what we've been seeing all along. And I think that's reflected in their ratings.
Now, do you know if any other Trump surrogates were also denied entry, or was it just you and Kimberly?
I believe Matt Gaetz was denied entry. I believe Marjorie Taylor Greene was denied entry. So yes, others were as well. And I know there was a leaflet going around. Maybe I can find it that had the faces of our campaign manager to prevent him from even going into the building. Another one of the campaign team. So again, Fox News may be televising it, but this is an RNC, Republican National Committee debate for the president of the United States, where my father has a 60-point lead. So, sort of shocking that they would go so far out of their way to give the guy that's leading by a lot, no voice whatsoever, or not have representatives there.
Yeah, last thing on this. My understanding is Democrats were allowed to be in the GOP spin room. Traditionally, they have been. What does it say about Fox, the RNC, that allows Democrats, but not the surrogates for the leading GOP candidate in the race, to enter the spin room?
Well, listen, they're no different than the Fulton County DA who wants to try to put a gag order on Trump, right? Or any of the people that represent him, or threaten others from speaking up by saying they can be indicted after the fact. They're very much functioning like the rest of the regime. So it shouldn't really surprise us at this point. We saw what was going on. And it just, by the way, Chris, it also proves that Donald Trump was 100% right not going, right? You can walk into the room. Yep. It's the billionaire class donors. It's the people who definitely want someone else in there. He was smart enough to understand that for Fox, this was just a way to set up Donald Trump, and he's not going to fall for that trap. He didn't become successful in everything that he did in life by falling for a trap set by, morons like probably Paul Ryan and others.
Yep. Rich elitists, they never have liked your father. In the meantime, Fox News has taken a victory lap after some analysts said that they won the head-to-head with your dad's interview with Tucker. But those analysts included a person from Media Matters. Evaluate the Never Trump editorial stance over there at Fox that they're taking. And what do you make of the RNC that seems to be playing right along with this?
Well, listen, I haven't seen as much from the RNC. They've stayed away from it. But, Fox is trying to pretend that they're still relevant. The reality is they want to control whoever the candidate is, right? They're not media. They're not functioning as journalists. They're doing much the same as, frankly, the leftist media. They want to control the narrative. They want to pick who's the president so that they can control him for their interests. They're loving that they could have someone else. And you see sort of immediately after the debate cut off, and Ron DeSantis had sort of the most underwhelming performance ever. The guy that they've been building up for 2 years, he got on the stage, he needed to perform, and he had an incredibly robotic, lackluster performance. Frankly, the only lines that ever resonated were stolen directly from the Trump campaign. I mean, how many times did he say a nation in decline, Chris? 15? Like, it's literally off the Trump website. Well, I will use the military to take on the cartels. It's like, yeah, Trump said that a year ago. Like, come up with something original, but he can't. And that's why Ron needed a big performance. He failed miserably. Vivek destroyed him, actually. And again, you could see, even the times he sort of did the interruption thing, you could see it was like pre-planned. It was so organic. I got an email last night about 5 minutes after he said his line, they'd be stone cold dead. It was like they had the T-shirt prepared for stone cold dead, because it was like just trying to deliver the line. And it's just a classic example of a guy who's just not ready for that. He could do well, and he did well in the campaign or before he was even actually running, because he had a big group of social media influencers taking a 5-second clip of him doing something and making it go viral. But then when you see the guy in long form, you realize he's not ready. He had to look around when they asked, hey, would you pardon Vivek? Hand